An-Nyeong! Welcome to another episode of Eating My Feelings. Eating My Feelings with Jamesy. So this time, instead of me eating it, I want to talk about something that got my attention. I just watched a video of Buzzfeed of doing, Americans try Korean side dishes. And yes, it was entertaining, and yes, there are some foods that might be exotic to people, but some of the comments they made me a little bit upset. Let me just read you something they actually have said about my culture's food. Okay, this is what they said. Consistency is pretty awful. Did you take a lot of leaf off the tree and just put some hot sauce on it? Is this poison sumac or some shit? Oh, it's weird. It looks like a treat or a dog treat. I'm going for the eyeball. I refuse to eat these. They're not afraid to eat some shit that we're a little nervous about. Okay, so these are some of those comments those BuzzFeed people made when they were trying Korean food. Granted that they were trying some of exotic, extreme level of Korean side dishes, but it got me a little bit upset and about those people's attitude. I appreciate for BuzzFeed for bringing some sort of cultural Korean food to more viewers, but I feel like they're showing I wouldn't say awful, they're showing some extreme levels of stuff so that people will kind of make our Korean food culture as a joke. Okay, yes, we do eat pig feet and we do eat certain things that Americans may not think it's a normal thing to eat, but it is still a part of culture. I grew up eating those Korean foods that these American people think it's gross. When I was introduced to so many different cuisine that I was not introduced to, I was more excited about, discovering the new flavors. Maybe it's because I'm more interested in cooking and foods than other people are, but I'll never ever make a comment like, oh, this is gross, ew, this is blah blah blah. Like, I don't know, it's just me. Like, some of these comments they made, I kind of take it a little personal, and I don't know, like, I'm Korean, I'm happy to be Korean, I want to introduce you guys to Korean food culture and different flavors that Koreans enjoy, and these little things that BuzzFeed have been putting about Korean food culture is a little bit humiliating, and I feel like BuzzFeed is making fun of Korean food people. Is it just me? I don't know, it got me upset. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you are trying different food, like, why don't you showcase some great flavors, like some of great dishes that could potentially lead up to more, more highlight, more spotlight on our Korean cuisine. Not just Koreans. I know that a lot of people have put up these videos on YouTube about Americans try British candy, Americans try whatever, and especially BuzzFeed. You have been putting a lot of different cultures' food. They are foods. There's a reason why they're foods, and they're meant to be eaten. If you think these are gross, don't show it. I just feel like BuzzFeed is making an entertainment of these people getting grossed out about people's favorite food in their culture. Like, I feel like that's a humiliation to certain cultures, and I don't think this is okay. Like, yes, I have a lot of feelings for this, and I don't know, it's making me upset. What do you guys think? Like, okay, if you want to know what video I'm talking about, I will put the link below so that you guys can watch it. Yes, there are certain things that you may not think this is a typical thing, but for me, who grew up in Korea, these side dishes are, they have stories. Like, you don't know my attachments to these Korean side dishes, and the fact that you guys have just, I don't know, made them completely disgusting foods that's like as bad as garbage in your video, it upsets me and it hurts me. And BuzzFeed, don't do that to us. I can't speak because I have so many feelings. Anyway, that was my little rant, and I'm just gonna go eat all of that feelings, okay? Okay, bye. Annyeong.